foremost thing is to create a business role within the system. Okay, that I will come later to create a business role. But as an user ID and password, when you create, you have to assign this business user ID and password to the business role. Right? So for that, if I'm going to create a business role, I need to go to administrator under this general settings. And there is a business role. Now, here you can see there are a lot of business role. You can create your own business role by clicking on new and business role. Now, you can give your business role ID. Okay. And then the name you can put it, whatever you want, the business role. And that name will be done here, maintain name and description. Add row. Put it English.
Can we pause the discussion a minute here to so what I understood, Devji, okay, so far, okay, I will start from the URL. The URL 350467 is a arg-wise URL, okay, 3G50, correct? No, this suppose I am taking a Reliance company for entire Reliance company, entire India. 350467 is my URL. Okay, once I got this URL as a system architect, first I need to create the company settings. I'm not sure. Okay, probably you told me that this could be creation of a system administrator.
Yes, this is what first you need to create your user ID and password, because the user ID password which you received is an initial user ID password, which will have no business rule, nothing.
That is architecture user, self-user.
Yes, self-user.
Architecture self-user ID password, how we have to enter into a portal, just like any portal registration.
Correct.
In the same passion, we are going to register into the SAP C4C, that is at architect level. And the architecture next, he has to create a user ID for administrative purpose. And once he create administrative purpose in the BP node, BP business process, business user, BP node, once he create business user,
service
then
agent.
Service agent, then he has to create a, I think system, the role is already there. The system administrator already there.
No. Role is currently what is happening. We have created a user now, right? Service agent. And on basis of service agent, we again reset the user ID and password of that service agent. Okay. Now what has happened when I received an email from SAP? It is an administrator email ID. It is not specific to me. Right? It is an initial. Now, as soon as I receive it, I logged into the system. Now I will create specific to my role, the user ID and password. Right. After creating that, then I will start architecting system and system setup.
Okay.
So foremost important thing is I need to create my own role first of all, because with the role which with the user ID which SAP has provided, I cannot do anything in the system apart from just maintaining.
No, that's why I directly assign my user ID to the system administrator. No, but that default comes with system.
Default comes with the system, but SAP suggests that don't use that user ID and password for future amendment within the system.
So just like copying, okay, cloning that system user ID, system role, system administrator role, we have to create a
No, we need to create a separate, not cloning that.
Okay.
We need to create an exact different setup. Now, for example, I kept a representative.
Is it a role or profile, sir? You are saying is it role or profile? Is it? You are saying that
currently, which I am creating, you mean to say, or the earlier SAP has given that one. See, when SAP which given, it has no role.
Okay.
It will have no role assigned. now what I am doing, I am creating a role, first role, so that I will create a user ID. I will assign my role, my colleague's role, all the consultant role and everything will be assigned over there. Why? Because I need to have a control in the system, right? I need to give a specific access to those people within the system. Not that they will have an entire access and do whatever they can. So to control, have a controlling part, I need to keep this business role created over here.
Okay.
Right? Now, for example, I created this role. Now, on basis of this role, I will assign a work center. Now you can see these are all work centers, right? All these. Now, on basis of this, I will assign a work center. That I want to give this activities, then I will check it.
So, sir, basically, what you're this is a business role. You're saying that this is not a PFCG roles.
See, there is a difference between PFCG and non. PFCG is normally we do in an on-premise system, right? In an on-premise here.
Exactly.
We create a PFCG role and doing that. It is, and that is done by mostly by a basis people. Right?
Correct.
Go and then do that. Now in C4C, it is entirely done by a functional consultant. There is no basis.
So how this profile, how this role will be controlled for different roles?
Yes. So I'll come to that. This is similar to the PFCG, which is created in on-premise, but it is done in a cloud application. And it will be done by an entirely on the consultant part, whoever leading the project as an architect. Okay. Now, and also in some of the project, for example, if there is a control required by securities or GRC team, right, in some projects and all, so they will request us that give us the login access. We will control the user ID and password. So that comes with a big project, multi-million projects and all. In that, if they require, we give them, okay, you maintain that, not an issue. But normally in the projects other than this, where there is no GRC and all, this is all maintained by a function.
Okay.
Now, this is how I will give an access. Okay, I will check the box, whichever the work center they require. Then there is an access restriction, which you were talking about.
Okay.
So here I need to give them a restricted access on basis of access context. So what he required, what field level information required, read access, write access. This can be, I'll show you in another. If I open this role. See if the work center has been selected for them. Wherever it is checked, that means it is selected for them. Okay. And then go to an access restriction. You will see activities, read access, access rights. See. See this one. You want to give employee territory for appointment, restricted access, unrestricted access, and then see restricted means access context is a very important key which control all these views and everything. Okay. Access context is there, like for example, if it is employee, territory, account, and sales data, there is 4 access. That means you can control this view or access right of an employee on territory, on account, and sales data only. The access restriction can work in all these 4 parameters, not apart from these 4 parameters. This is what the access context talks about. Now, if I'm creating a business role and I'm assigning an employee to the business role, I can control this. Okay. If there is an account, customer master, and I want to have some customer control, I can control this. Sales data, I can control this. But if there is an channel partner, contact person, on all this information, I cannot control. So this is what access context talks about. Now, for example, all these 4, I want to give a restricted access or unrestricted access for read. That means they can read it, they can see that, but I want to give a restricted access. That means they cannot edit it. Appointment.
But okay, the thing I could not understand is why this employee territory account sales data bind into one context area, one access context. You could have done differently. No? Every thing is different. Territory is different. Account is different. See,
So what does it mean?
mhm.
It's correct. It is different, but in C4C,
Mhm.
with all this part, all this access context and all, it is by default given by SAP. Okay, that if you want to have a control an appointment, when you open an appointment, you will see there is an employee in an appointment. There will be territory tag to that. There will be an account with an appointment. There will be a sales data also in an appointment. Then either one of them, if it is there in that appointment, you can have the access restriction on that appointment. That means it should be a mandatory thing. Any one of them, if it is there, on basis of them, you can control entire access restriction. This is what it says about. Not specifically why it is only 4. It is giving you an option. Option 1, if it is an employee, you can do an access restriction. Option 2, if there is a territory, you can do that. Followed by option 3 and option. So they are giving an option to control those restrictions, nothing else. Okay. Now, on basis of this, you will get a read and write access. Now, apart from that, there is another restriction rule. You can also create your own rule and do an access restriction. Okay. So that rule creation can also be done in the system. Here only, and you can create a rule. You can assign that rule to this particular access restriction. This is what another important area for the access control. So if you say, like, for example, can we have our own rule that business want to control in this way, not the standard access context, whatever it is given, then yes, you can do that. You can go here, you can create your own restriction rule, put your access parameter, and you can do this.
So this restriction rule applies to the specific to work center, specific to table, specific to role. How it is?
Yes, it is specific to work center. It is all specific to the work center and work center. Because here everything can be controlled within work center. Also, not only work center. Within work center, there will be a page layout, a screen. So that screen can also be controlled. Right? In fact, I will come next. You will also understand. See, this is UI switch. UI means the user interface can also be controlled. Then there is a field and action. In fact, the field level information if you have, that can also be controlled. That which field for this particular business role need to be shown and which is not required.
Okay.
For example, I have selected
opportunity probability. Okay, you take anything. Opportunity.
ID, for example. I don't want this opportunity ID to be shown for this business role. It will have a read-only access. You cannot edit it. So this will give. If you want that, yes, you can edit it. You can put an unrestricted. If you want any other, like for example, any other information, multiple field can also be restricted. For example, order opportunity probability. Yes, read access. Yes, you can have, and write access. Apart from this, you can also extension field restriction means any custom field which is created within C4C, that field can also be controlled. Any extended field. These are all extended field or custom field.
So, sir, so overall, what the subject? So I think we deviated the initial subject. The initial subject is admin access. Okay, we got the admin access. I think we are jumping into the security level.
No. Why I go because it is all linked.
I got it, but yeah, we will go through this, sir. We will come to this.
Just this I will just initiate it. I just initiated. Okay, we will come later on, but this is what I informed, and when we will have a last session, right? I will just go an overview.
So overall, what I understood here is the security of authorization. It's not security; it is a kind of authorization at what is field what one. This is at
Field,
work center level.
Work center level, correct.
Mm.
So after this, I created a user. Okay, I did my setting. So my user ID and business role is created. I assigned business role. Okay. Now the next step which I go, I again log out from the system. Okay. And then when I log into the system, I will log in with my user ID and password which I have.
Okay.
Right. And what will happen to the initial user ID and password? SAP suggests don't block the initial user ID and password. Or why? Because in case your system is locked, or because in C4C, if more than two times, if you log a password, wrong password, system will lock. Okay. So to have a reset, what you will do? For example, you are an administrator and you locked it. How will you reset it? Then the initial user ID and password, which is provided by SAP earlier, that will help you to unlock the system, unlock the user ID.
Okay.
That is what the main context behind this business role and user creation. And that's the reason I came back to administrator and then business partner. Now you got a relevance of business partner, administrator, work center. Why they have given only two work center?
Yeah.